Hello and welcome to Linglow English Channel, your destination for mastering English. Donald John Trump was born in Queens, New York on June 14, 1946. Trump was educated at the New York Military Academy and the Wharton School of Finance and Commerce at the University of Pennsylvania. In 1971, he took over his father's real estate company, renaming it the Trump Organization. The business soon became involved in a variety of projects, including hotels, resorts, residential and commercial buildings, casinos, and golf courses. His first of many books was The Art of the Deal, published in 1987. In 2004, he launched the reality television show The Apprentice. The following year, Trump married Melania Knauss. They have one son, Barron. Trump also has 4 adult children from previous marriages: Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany. Trump secured the Republican nomination in 2016 and went on to defeat former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in the fall election. His campaign slogan was, "Make America Great Again." One of the keys to his success was his use of social media to communicate his priorities, positions, and opinions. Most notably, he used the social media platform Twitter to directly communicate with the American public, as well as other politicians and leaders. During his first term, he signed a major tax reform bill into law and oversaw a reduction of federal regulations. His protectionist trade policies included tariffs on aluminum, steel, and other products. The Trump administration also renegotiated trade agreements with Mexico, Canada, China, Japan, and South Korea. Other domestic priorities included transforming the federal judiciary, with 3 justices nominated and confirmed to the United States Supreme Court, and more than 200 judicial appointments. He also increased military funding, pursued aggressive border and immigration control, criminal justice reform, and the reduction of prescription drug prices. In foreign policy, the Trump administration moved the U.S. Embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem and brokered normalization agreements between Israel and several countries. In 2018, President Trump attended a summit with Kim Jong-un, marking the first time a sitting president met with a North Korean leader. In 2019, the House of Representatives impeached President Trump for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. The Senate acquitted Trump of both charges. The first confirmed case of COVID-19 was reported in the United States on January 20, 2020. The remainder of Trump's presidency was consumed with the coronavirus pandemic. Critics argued that Trump's response to the pandemic was delayed and did not sufficiently encourage public health practices. However, the Trump administration's program, Operation Warp Speed, assisted in the private sector development of 2 approved vaccines. Trump lost re-election to former Vice President Joe Biden, but claimed widespread voter fraud had affected the outcome. His supporters traveled to Washington, D.C. for a Save America rally on January 6, 2021. The rally turned violent when the president's supporters overwhelmed law enforcement, breaching the United States Capitol and disrupting the Electoral College vote count. According to a bipartisan Senate report, 7 individuals, including 3 law enforcement officers, ultimately lost their lives, and the Capitol complex suffered millions of dollars in damage. On January 13, 2021, the House of Representatives approved one article of impeachment, incitement of insurrection. The Senate later acquitted him of the charge. He is the only president in American history to be impeached and acquitted twice by Congress. In November 2022, Trump announced his candidacy and won the Republican nomination. He campaigned on immigration and tax reform, tariffs to stimulate American manufacturing, and reducing federal regulations and agencies. In 2024, he defeated Vice President Kamala Harris, winning 312 electoral votes and a plurality of the popular vote. He is the second president to serve non-consecutive terms. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, the fourth of 5 children of Mary Ann McLeod Trump and her husband, Frederick Christ Trump, Sr. Trump's mother was born in Scotland and emigrated to the United States in 1930. His father was born in New York City, the son of German immigrants. During Trump's childhood, the family lived in an upscale community of the Queens borough of New York City known as Jamaica Estates. Fred Trump owned and operated a successful real estate company called Elizabeth Trump and Son, named after Fred Trump's mother and himself, which developed properties for middle-class white families in Queens, Brooklyn, and Staten Island. When they were old enough, the 3 Trump sons, Fred, Jr., Donald, and Robert, worked for the company in construction sites and offices. The Trump's daughters, Elizabeth and Mary Ann, did not work for the family business. Donald and Robert Trump eventually became involved in their father's business as adults. Their brother Fred became an airline pilot and died of alcoholism in 1981. Donald Trump cites his brother's ultimately fatal battle with addiction as the reason he does not drink. Robert died in 2020 and Mary Ann died in 2023. As a child, Trump displayed behavioral difficulties. He was a pretty rough fellow when he was small, his father later remembered. In an effort to instill a sense of discipline, his parents enrolled him at age 13 in the New York Military Academy, north of New York City. Trump reported that he enjoyed the drills and lifestyle, but the academy marked the extent of his involvement with the military. He enrolled in Fordham University in New York City and then transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned a bachelor's degree in economics through Penn's Wharton School of Finance and Commerce in 1968. During the Vietnam War in the late 1960s, when Trump was in his early 20s, he used college and medical deferments due to a physician's diagnosis of bone spurs to avoid being drafted into the armed forces. When the United States instituted a draft lottery system in 1969, an effort to make conscription more random and less dependent on exemptions, Trump's birthday was number 356 out of 366 in the lottery. He was not called into service. Trump began his business career while still enrolled in college, investing in Philadelphia real estate. Upon completing his undergraduate education in 1968, he returned to New York and joined his father's business full-time. Public criticism and scandal marked Trump's early career. In 1973, the U.S. Justice Department accused the Trump Company of discriminating against African American would-be renters. Although the company did not admit wrongdoing, it settled the matter by agreeing to rent more apartments to black tenants. In the 1970s, Trump helped expand the business, buying properties outside of New York City in locations such as Virginia, Ohio, Nevada, and California. At the same time, he expressed an interest in expanding the company's real estate operations closer to home, moving from New York's outer boroughs and into Manhattan, a traditionally more affluent and high society area. By the mid-1970s, the now renamed Trump Organization had branched into Manhattan skyscrapers. Trump's first big move in 1976 was to develop the Grand Hyatt Hotel on the grounds of the by-then bankrupt Penn Central Railroad's Commodore Hotel. Although the Trump Organization did not have enough money to purchase the hotel, Trump used his personal relationship with the Hyatt hotel chain and his father's political clout. Fred Trump was a prominent member of Brooklyn's Democratic Party to negotiate an unusual arrangement with the government of New York City. Trump received a 40-year tax abatement, or a reprieve on paying property taxes on the hotel. Originally worth $4 million per year, the abatement totaled approximately $400 million over 40 years due to inflation in the value of the property and changes in the tax code. He then used the promise of those savings to persuade the Commodore to sell to him and Hyatt to partner with him. "Whatever my friends Fred and Donald want in this town, they get," New York Mayor Abraham Beame reportedly said of the deal. In the 1980s, Donald Trump established a reputation as a major real estate developer. He built the 36-story cooperative apartment complex called Trump Plaza, as well as Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue, which housed luxury stores and Trump's own multi-floor residence and company headquarters. He also expanded into the casino business in Atlantic City, New Jersey, building the Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino, originally called Harrah's at Trump Plaza, and Trump Castle. In 1990, he built the Trump Taj Mahal at a cost of nearly $1 billion. He called it the eighth wonder of the world. Despite these major business operations, the Trump Organization faced severe financial challenges.